All right, let's see. What's this next part of this mission? It says, the Vox Master, Tomlin speaking. I hope your heroic expedition was a success. What will be your further instructions? The machine spirit of the vessel is dead and defiled. It should be sent to the Omnissiah in a proper nuclear funeral rite. Send out a boarding party and let them know. Send out the technicians to strip the vessel of anything valuable, and make sure they keep quiet about what they're about to see. No. Bombard the vessel. Let the dead follow the dead. It says, as you wish, Lord Captain. The power of our main battery should be enough to penetrate the glacier and evaporate the vessel completely. All right, let's go back to the bridge because I think we got some injuries. All right, let's get back to work. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Oh, we got something to go over here now. So after we do this, we'll get we'd only have a few that we haven't actually been to, but like I said, there's a few of these that I know I was supposed to go back and get the that freaking hole or Hulk or whatever it's called. Yeah. Lord Captain, they cannot determine who the ship we approach belongs to, but the telemetry clearly reveals it's an Imperial vessel. The hull is badly damaged, but there is air in some of the chambers, which means they are hermetically sealed. What are your orders? Send out the order to prepare my troops for boarding. I will personally take part in the exploratory expedition. We're going on. It says, we who walk down the same passageways in the same bay day after day, we who are born, live and die to the hum of the ship's machines, we forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life, for the chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us in the glory of the Imperium. So let us have a table about the Lord Captain, but by the will of the Emperor, the guardian and the commander of every good and honest soul upon the voyage ship, and the time he boarded the vessel named Fireborn. Like a dead whale cast ashore by the inexorable force of the swell, the wrecked vessel was a confronting sight for its unwitting visitors. Some bays were still retained in atmosphere, but there was no life anywhere. The ship was dead. Its machine spirits dissipated in the darkness of space. It was just the husk left, and the rogue trader's crew were to become scavengers swarming the carcasses of a fallen Leviathan. Our Lord Captain oversaw the expedition personally. He decided to train the penetrating gaze of the augur arrays on the damaging ship. It says they kept their eyes scanned, and the eerie vessel identified the void ship was gravely damaged and was in a process of final erosion. There was very little time to explore it. 3 sectors seemed to at least damage the bridge, the middle crew deck, and the service bay. After exchanging a series of trills and warbles in their mysterious and ancient language, the tech priests responsible for the augurs reported to the Lord Captain that they had glimpsed signs of valuable components in the operation in the service bay. The Lord Captain's next step was to turn his attention to the scout units awaiting instructions. The Lord Captain had to decide which of the 3 teams he would lead and which 2 would be entrusted to the officers. Let here be known that the names of those honest people who stood before the rogue trader in the moment. The taciturn engraved Yoho Shone, whose words were as firm as his handshake. Captain Vesey, whose jokes will be remembered by everyone on decks 3 to 5. Captain Matina, the senior officer of the 3rd unit, known as Gray Matina. She had been leading units back when the current crop of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on deck was in any doubt that navigating inside the wrecking ship would be difficult. The units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal, dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of a house. The only thing connecting the brave teams would be the delicate thread of a Vox link. And so, we're gonna go with the Captain Vesty, the senior officer of the 3rd unit, known as Gray Martina, and her target was the service bay. I'm going to the bridge, bro. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we have learned from the witnesses, the people who accompanied the Lord Captain to the tour of the dread ship. The shuttles started up one after another and dispersed, each heading for a selected target. An hour spent on cutting through the hole in the freezing vacuum of the space, a fuss boarding, and then finally the rogue trader stepped into the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. The light of the torches revealed a sign in the gloom, Fireborn. After a minute-long exchange with the Voxmaster, who quickly checked the archives, it was established that the dead vessel was that of Captain Nova Van Dane, registered at Kaiva Gamma Port. Every minute spent on board threatened to end in disaster. The ship's days or even hours or existence were numbered. From all sides came the sounds of distant crumbling. The floor underfoot trembled every now and then. Lord Captain hurriedly moved deeper into the compartment, where he suddenly felt the slightest puff of air brush against his neck, followed by a soft sigh, almost as if someone had leaned in close, opened their mouth, and whispered a dark, tantalizing secret, and then fallen silent. The only thing that was that the Lord Captain stood entirely alone. So the Lord Captain summoned all his knowledge of the wicked influence of chaos, choosing to combat fear with cold analysis. Alright, let's go with that. From here on, we will relate the events based on what we have learned from the witnesses, the people who accompanied the Lord Captain on the tour of the dread ship. Where simple mortals would already be trembling and weeping, the rogue trader only gritted his teeth. Shrieks and moans could be heard close by. Others were gripped by the illusion too. Young Koshon, the unit captain, barked out orders. His team held back their comrades who had fallen victim to the uncanny terror and who were struggling to break free and run deeper into the cursed ship. A few minutes passed, and the unit, though scared senseless, was ready to continue. All right. Sound suddenly blared from the Vox, which was turned to the 2nd unit's frequency. The words sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly into the Vox, but desperately pressing the transmit button while occupied with something else. Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on, wait. Is it moving? The words are cut off by strangled wheeze, followed by static. Yunko listened to the transmission and the final rasp with a surprisingly calm expression, then pressed the Vox button, and in a similarly calm voice let loose a stream of florid swearing which centered on casting aspirations on his interlocutor's intellectual capabilities. Why would they say that? Interlocutor's intellectual capabilities. Turning to the rogue trader, he remarked, "Apologies, Lord Captain. Captain Vesey from the second unit is well known for his pranks." "Crap, the Lord Captain is with you?" Comes Vesey's voice from the speakers, followed immediately by, "My sincere apologies, your lordship. I just wanted to spook the guys a little." Informed Captain Vesey that he would be severely disciplined upon the expedition's completion and demanded a report on his act. Lord Captain ordered that Captain Vesey be removed from command and demanded his final report. "Alright, you dummy." He reported that his unit's foray had so far proceeded without incident, mystical or otherwise. They had found no survivors from the ship's crew, or bodies for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. The passage leading to the deck section with the arsenal and storage depot was seriously damaged, especially the power cables. Proceeding further could be dangerous. After consulting his officers, the Lord Captain issued new orders. Alright, we're going for it. Bam. Vesey's unit headed off to carry out their orders while the rogue trader and his team continued on. As for all that joking. After spending several hours wandering down the dead passageways, the unit and the rogue trader reached the bridge of the Fireborn. The oppressive feeling had not dissipated. It was as though the bulkheads of the ship were steeped in the terror and the pain of the people who had vanished without a trace from those decks. On their way there, the unit had found no signs of a struggle or bodies of the crew, and that served only to deepen their unease. After examining the bridge, the scout unit discovered that the captain's principal cogitator was still functional. The final log entry was identified as damaged picked, recording that no one in the unit was eager to view. Proximity to the cogitator alone was unsettling enough, and with each passing second remaining on the bridge was becoming more and more difficult. Lord Captain took a risk, watched the recording, and we succeeded. The recording contained a message from Captain Nova Van Dane. It was almost impossible to make anything out in the pic, only that the captain's hand gripping the edge of the table and flashes of iridescent light. The captain was speaking crisply, almost calmly, but there was also short, almost inaudible breaths, exactly what the rogue traders team had encountered when they had first boarded the ship, and it was even seemed that those sounds were coming not from the recording but from the gloom-drenched corners of the bridge itself. Kaiva Gamma has fallen. The Fireborn broke orbit under fire from an unknown enemy and left the system, said Captain Van Dane on the recording with the tone of an officer reporting to her superiors. "We encountered pathological warp activity. The crew is reporting failures in the Geller field system. The ship is doomed. Whoever finds this recording, I ask you to hold a prayer service for our souls. I ask you to take the family relics of the Van Dane line of the Kaiva Gamma. The relics are stored." The captain then specified the location of her family vault and the access code. The recording ended. There was nothing left to do on the cursed deck. It was time to return to the shuttle. Dang. A message came in from the unit led by the seasoned unflappable Gray Martina. The captain methodically reported on all the server's bay sections her team had already examined. They had found nothing of value. They had found no bodies. There had been no incidents, and the search was proceeding as normal. The unit was waiting for further instructions from the Lord Captain. After distilling the salient points from Gray Martina's exhaustive report, Deacon listed the areas that warranted a more thorough search. After returning to the shuttle, we received reports about Fireborn status. The tech priest, who relentlessly pierced the wreckage with the auger's gaze, insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible, fearing imminent destruction. There was also reports from the other two units. The second unit had succeeded in moving through the danger zone and had returned to the shuttle with a valuable payload taken from the dead ship's stores. Gray Martina's unit had explored the service bay without incident, and Not wasting any time, had marked valuable components for later disassembly and transferred to the rogue trader's ship. Items received: hot shot Laris pistol, cogitator bracer, bone scour, beat cured leather. So we got a bunch of stuff. The units assembled at the shuttles, and the Lord Captain gave the final order of this grim expedition. Honor the memory of the captain and her crew. A fallen wandering engineer. Honor the memory of captain. The last request of the fallen captain had been fulfilled. The improvised funeral began with a brief military salute, and the rogue trader himself recited a prayer for the souls of the fireborn. Just as any honest servant of the emperor who has dedicated their life to voyaging through the darkness would honor their fellows and mourn their deaths. Time was up. The scouting party returned to the ship. With one last look at the fireborn, the rogue trader turned away and cast the grim carcass forever from his mind. Gave the order to fire upon the dead vessel. Alright, we got the vessel up out the way. It's getting crazy. Oh, we got another ship over here too. Giant rings on this planet's surface can be observed even from the orbit. Examine the rings. It has emerged that this planet has a native species of giant insects similar to Terran ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form so-called death spirals in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in circles. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observers. Strange phenomenon that was originally suspected to be a sign of warp activity or nefarious xenostructure turned out to be a quirk of nature. Provisions. We can't even get them. I gotta write this down on my little sticky note to come back here. All right, there we go. Have detected the wreckage. Look for the source of the wreckage. Is registered no evidence. Look. Okay. Alright, can we get to this? Nope. Where can we go to? Let's go to the bridge. See if we can trade some stuff. Are we leveled up? Let's go. What do we got? We got Recommended. Favorite features? Nothing. Universal. Warp features? Nothing. Deadly calculation. Lone killer. Let's go with that. We'll use that. Dependable. Critical versatility. Arms master. What is that? We can go laser weapon expert. Break and attack. Let's do that. Brink of death. All enemies hit by the master tactician have plus 10 higher percent chance of hitting a cover when shooting at the master technician. What's a power? Not a power. We don't need power weapon. We need create an opening. Punish the imprudent. Once per round, whenever an enemy considers the vanguard a priority target, enters a cell adjacent to the vanguard. Yep, I like that. The more he can do opportunities to attack, the better. That's everybody, right? Check the journal. Probable location. Explore the system. Secret cult. We have to go here. We can go talk to the master. It says, I bring woeful news, Lord Captain. Has passed away. Immediately after the launch of the orbital Voxspire, he entered the halls of recording and having sat on the command throne, was granted a vision for over 3 days. He preached about Saint Canadius being reincarnated in the body made from the saint's own holy relics. It says the order. This is the order's elders believe this to be a sign that currently stored on the planets throughout the expanse must be brought together. The order is preparing for the election of a new prelate under whose guidance it will undertake this holy mission. The majority of the votes are divided between Luganalia, well known for her fervor, and merciful Celier Tychon. I don't know who that is. The minority of the order sees that Okonomus Nigmus, a humble and reasonable man. I don't care about that. Brother Nigmus. Brother Tychon is the best option. How does the order intend to carry out the mission? What will my companions say? Let's see. I have sympathy. Let her meet with Reverend Harmonius on footfall. Should he accept her as worthy leader, we ought to support her. What? Back when he was called Tychon Drivestem, he wasn't a monk back then. I don't think we're going with him. He was a grandson and heir of the urban governor of Dargonus, an honorable young man with a spark in his eyes. His ascension would mean much. It would mean much to them for sure. I know it would. I'm afraid it does not. The esteemed Hectorius began his service as a battle missionary and has long grown weary. How does the order intend to carry out the saint's mission? The conclave aims to procure all the relics that once belonged to the saint and all that can possibly be procured. Given that the saint is a legendary figure, many items in the Corona's expanse have an alleged connection to him. However, it seems unlikely that any of the relics' owners will be eager to part with them. The answer to the question of how the Order of the Hammer is going to retrieve depends on the identity of its next prelate. Oh, okay. I want to know more. She was converted by one of the heathen worlds. She then served as his bodyguard for many years and eventually became the protector of the Order's reliquary and the leader of its military branch. He's an aristocrat by birth. He had an excellent education and could have lived in luxury had he not renounced secular life for the sake of aesthetic vows. He's intelligent though, thoughtful, well-read, and most importantly, merciful. A few things can be said about Okonomus Nigmus. He has never been famous for his prowess in battle or his sermons, but the monastery has never wanted for anything on his watch. He is a most reasonable and unobtrusive individual. Alright. I don't know what these little lines mean. Oh, we'll gain some. Okay. The Derusians. Don't care about them. +2 profit factor. Yeah, I'm not getting that drive stem in there because they'll be positioned all over the place. He's been chosen as a prelate. His careful policy is far more oriented towards satisfying the rogue trader than successfully collecting saint relics. Yeah. All right. Execute. We're getting a whole bunch of stuff done, but it looks like a lot of things are blocked on this one. Profits for water. Definitely gonna get that one. Oh, we still gotta wait on it to finish. Followers of the cult. They don't really be having nothing though. Taking that. Give me that too. What is this? We have an unexpected problem. Data bank to the tech priest access data from Dargonus. Items received, personal notes, data bank from the machine spirit has revealed the contents of the encrypted data, and I hereby pass it to you. This is where I reached the limit of my authorization, but you now have the option to review the decrypted data personally. No contracts, nothing. I guess we can go back to the room and see if we can look at this. I don't know what the hell's supposed to go in this thing. Shrine of Remembrance. He said I could freaking read it, but all right, where can we go now? This is where we need to go with Varus. Let's try to go there. All right, we can get to this. It's not gonna be saved though. The question of how the Drakari Xenos came to be aboard the ship will have to be pondered some other time. Right now, the Lord Captain has to fight for his life. Well, we'll be fighting for our life, it seems. That's what I get for jumping out there without making it safe. We got to get into a little war on the ship. Let's go, team. Okay, what? We need a different weapon. That little rifle we got. We've been hanging on to that damn thing the whole game. Let's get something else. I mean, it's strong though. Well, I guess he's gonna be holding on to it then for a while. Alright, this should be a good fight. Let's go.
Let us walk this path to the end. This is out of the ordinary.
The Inquisition.
Let the fate guide my path to glory.
Oh, you guys want to fight, huh?
Need to look closer.
Easily done.
Grow before the faithful.
Brace yourself.
Let's just go ahead and get into this.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Alright, what do we got up here?
This is beyond me. The Emperor commands.
Let's get these bums down here. No way they can shoot that far. Let's go. Alright, can you go here? Nope, let's see.
High momentum.
Get me a target.
Well, he is gonna go a little crazy though.
More trouble than it's worth. Alas, no.
What the hell?
I won't object. Look over there. The Emperor is on our side. Naturally.
Uh-oh. This might not be the move.
I won't object to it.
No, let's see. Who else do we got over here?
I need a foothold. For the throne's glory.
Come on, Deacon. What you gonna do? You seen him go crazy?
May the divine will be done.
See if you can match him. I bet you can do this though.
I won't suffer this. I cannot comply.
High momentum.
All right.
May my wrath be thy undoing. I will not return.
Damn.
In mind.
Pascal, can you move up here?
As the tactical imperative dictates, my competencies are not that universal.
Let's see.
I understand. Favors the swift. This tedium is beneath me, if it serves your cause. If I must. I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Everyone.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Yeah, he's going nuts. He's like running up the score right now.
Get me a target. Let's see.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens, and so shall it be done. Rejoice in service. The Emperor commands.
Attacking these sounders.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Computation failed. Request denied.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. That is foolishness.
Naturally. Swift.
Your end is nigh. And so shall it be done.
I move swiftly to strike. If it serves your cause.
Let me educate you on the art of pain.
The Emperor is on our side. Let's see to it.
will not be deterred. And so shall it be done.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs. With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
All right, I think that was good. So we're gonna go ahead and end the episode right there. Probably take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll go ahead and hit the rest of these missions up. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the game so far. I do appreciate all the support I've been receiving on the game and on the channel. That being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.